In this video, I will show you how I prepare my art and products to sell at Gallifrey One Art Show 2022. Gallifrey One is one of the largest and longest-running annual Doctor Who conventions and takes place at the LAX Marriott in Los Angeles. I've been exhibiting my art and products at the art show for the last few years. I purchase space at the art show, hang my products, and let the art show staff take care of the sales for me in exchange for a small commission. It's a small show for me, but due to the setup, there's quite a lot for me to do to prepare. What you're watching now is how I package one of my most popular and well-known collections, my Ask Me About My Ship shirts. This is the Ineffable Husbands version. How these shirts work is if someone asks you, "What is your ship?" You flip the front of the shirt up, which will show, in this case, Aziraphale and Crowley from Good Omens. The artwork inside of the shirt is one of my most finely detailed works. Because the print is only in one color, I needed to be able to show a lot of texture and dimensionality, which I was able to achieve with just a lot of thick and very, very thin lines. My printer did an amazing job screen printing these incredibly thin lines. We have spent many years working together to figure out the correct mesh density and printing techniques to work for my style of art. For this particular show, I individually wrapped and printed labels for 25 shirts. As you can see, I have a lot of trouble getting the folding of each shirt exactly right for the cellophane bag. This took me about 2 hours to finish. Even though the phrase, "Ask me about my ship," is exactly the same on all the shirts in this collection, the typography of each design is unique and hints at what the ship is. In this case, I had a lot of fun using elements of the Good Omens book logo in the type design. I particularly liked incorporating the halo and the devil's tail. This is my Good Omens linked lapel pin set, also featuring Aziraphale and Crowley. You can wear it with or without the chain. When I receive this from my manufacturer, they're all individually packaged, and I have to remove them all from their baggies. Don't worry, I give these baggies away to other independent artists to use for their product packaging. Then I have to remove all the rubber pin backs. Once everything is removed, I stick them onto my designed cards, which feature Crowley as Nanny Ashtoreth. The cards are designed not only to protect the pins in transit, since I usually ship these pins, but it also shows how one can wear the pins, which can be on the collar with the double link suspended in between. The design of this pin set is a bit on the nose. Aziraphale and Crowley stare at each other, made symmetrical by their wings, and despite being separated, one in heaven and the other fallen, a thin chain links them together. Next, I'm putting together my Harry Potter Fans for Trans Rights enamel pins. This was a collaboration between the author Laurie Kim and myself, and it was important to us to make the design free for personal use for any Harry Potter fan who wants to visually show support for trans rights. I did secure licensing from Daniel Quasar, designer of the Progress flag, to use for this design. When I presented this idea of a single hand in a wands up fight position, Laurie said it reminded her of the Lady of the Lake holding up a sword. The multiple stars suggest that not only is there one hand with their wand up, there are many hands holding many wands, shooting sparks as a collective. It's a bit of work to remove the pins from the baggies and their rubber backs. Then I stick them onto the design card, which again provides protection during shipping. But I also had fun designing this card to complement the messaging of the pin. There's a QR code inside the card that links to where you can download social media banners and other digital assets. And same as my other pins, these Nevertheless She Persisted pins need to be taken out of their baggies and have their pin backs removed, and then attached to the backing card, which I also designed. For the artwork, I decided to do some retro-futurism-inspired line work, which is most apparent in the curves of her lasso and the stars, as well as the design of the typography for the backing card. These are my Good Omens air fresheners. Crowley is scented with pine, since he is both a plant lover and pining for Aziraphale. Aziraphale here is scented with vanilla tea. Both have a halo design, since they are both angels, despite one being fallen. I decided to make the two air fresheners complementary, in that Aziraphale is surrounded by tea leaves, which hint at the scent, and similarly, Crowley is surrounded by his favorite plants. I designed these little fold-over bag toppers with the product name on the front and a space to write in the scent on the back. The paper used here is a really nice matte paper with a velvety finish, which is a very creamy surface to write in the name of the scent. This way, I don't need to design separate toppers for all of my different air fresheners. For this particular show, I wanted to sell the Aziraphale and Crowley air fresheners together as a set, so I decided a simple way to do this was to punch a hole in both of the toppers and connect them together with a string. These are my Good Omens double-sided acrylic charms. They come with a cute star-shaped clasp because Crowley was a star maker. The charms are perfect mirror images representing their opposite natures and dualities. Crowley is depicted with his plants and a glass of red wine because red and black are his colors. Behind him, the windows show twilight. On the opposite side, Aziraphale has sushi and books. This is also the holographic side of the charm, because Aziraphale is an angel, and his windows show daytime. These charms are also packed in baggies, which need to be removed, and they also have a protective film on each side to protect the surface. I always remove the film for my customers ahead of time, so you don't need to worry about scratching the surface of the acrylic. Because the charms don't have a backing card, the show requires that I put some sort of tag on them. This is not my best product packaging. All I do here is take some scrap cardstock and cut out little rectangles. Then I write in the name of the item, my name, and the price, punch a hole in these, and then attach them to the clasp. Finally, because I am selling some of my prints in the art auction, I like to put a mat on them. I've selected a very simple and elegant black mat with a white core. I've selected a variety of different prints, including some depicting the 13th Doctor, some Harry Potter, and some Sherlock Holmes, and of course, Good Omens. Altogether, the prep for this show took 2 evenings and approximately 8 hours total. This is what my 2 panels look like. The show provides little hooks and binder clips, which I use to hang my matted prints. I also have to tape the little auction cards next to each. And here is my 6-foot table space. It's not the most exciting table design. All of the shirts are arranged by size inside of the basket, with a handwritten shirt size chart hanging outside of it. Above the basket, I've hung a printed photo of the shirt, both the inside and the outside, so folks can see how the shirt works. And then I just neatly laid out all of the products. The show requires that I post the little information cards near or around the items, so I've hung some of them on the wall with an arrow pointing to the product. Well, that's my prep and setup for Gallifrey One. Hope you enjoyed this video. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. You can also support me on Patreon for just $1 a month. All of the works you see here are also available for purchase in my Etsy shop. The links are all in the description box below. You can also support me for free by liking this video and subscribing to this channel, which will help me immensely to grow and broaden my audience.